said, I condemn anti-Semitism on the right and on the left. I'm an equal, but we can deport them. We can put them in jail. We can make their lives. This is the power to rein in anti-Semitism in a much more effective way. And people say, well, the governments are not in the business of changing the way people think. That's true, but, to my thinking, most people who are, anti-Semites, most of these people running around, we're not going to win their hearts and minds because they don't have hearts and they don't have minds. So, how are we going to, there's no reason to think we're ever going to convince them, but we can deport them, we can put them in jail, we can make their lives miserable, we can cut off their funding, and that's what the Trump administration is doing for the first time.
You guys hear that? They want to ruin your life for your political speech. I want to rewind that again. Rewind that again. Very important for you guys to hear this.
The importance of a bipartisan fight against anti-Semitism, which of course I endorse, and I, as my predecessor said, I condemn anti-Semitism on the right and on the left. I'm an equal opportunity condemner of anti-Semitism.
You're alluding to Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, none of them are any good on the right. On the left, I don't like any of these anti-Semites, and I'm not shy about it. But the government, the United States government, or the government of France, or the government of any other country, has the power to rein in anti-Semitism in a much more effective way. And people say, well, the governments are not in the business of changing the way people think. That's true, but, to my thinking, most people who are, anti-Semites, most of these people running around, we're not going to win their hearts and minds because they don't have hearts and they don't have minds. So, how are we going to, there's no reason to think we're ever going to convince them, but we can deport them, we can put them in jail, we can make their lives miserable, we can cut off their funding, and that's what the Trump administration is doing for the first time.
Wow, so they're applauding that. Yeah. That's
Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do well. Peace and blessings to the house of David, the elect. Yahweh being the name who the world and he calls God. Yahweh Shai being the name who the world and he calls Jesus Christ. Those are the true biblical names of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, who you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans should be calling on within these last days and the hope for salvation. All right, and you seen the intro clip. I was watching that dude Myron Gaines from the Fresh and Fit podcast, and he reports on the news and wartime things. That's his new thing now, I guess. But I was watching it and. Here it is, these Edomites, man, the JEOOs, they're real proud and they're speaking and they're serious and they're speaking too. They said those who don't agree with their, their Semite stuff, they deemed them as not able to learn, not able to, what do you call them? Let me go back to it.
Predecessor said, I condemn anti-Semitism on the right and on the left. I'm an equal, but we can deport them, we can put them in jail, we can make their lives. This is the power to rein in anti-Semitism in a much more effective way. And people say, well, the governments are not in the business of changing the way people think. That's true, but, to my thinking, most people who are, anti-Semites, most of these people running around, we're not going to win their hearts and minds because they don't have hearts and they don't have minds. So,
so if
how
you
are we
don't
going
agree
to,
with
there's no reason to think we're ever going to convince them, but we can deport them, we can put them in jail, we can make their lives.
Yeah, if you don't agree with their stuff, they say that you don't have a heart and neither you don't have a mind. All right, but that's Esau, Edom speaking with a forked tongue, man, speaking with that devil tongue. All right, this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. And who is the devil? The devil is the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, in the flesh, man. All right, and he's going to come down with great wrath because he know his time is short. So, hey, that's what he said. Those who come against the anti-Semitism, man, hey, you're going to be thrown in detention centers, concentration camps. What else he said? Thrown into prison, things of that nature, man. And that's part of the prophecies that are coming to pass. This is Revelation chapter 2 and 10 says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, right? because you're gonna have those 10 days is a period of time, man, that you're gonna some men might be they lot just might to go inside those concentration camps, or females, or even like the elder brother say, some of us might get deported to some other country, to serve from prison time. But guess what the scriptures say? If this happens, you may be tried 10 days, but be faithful unto death. All right, and he will give you a crown of life. So these are the times that we are really approaching, man. And amongst that, also with hearing this word. All right, this is Amos chapter 9, verse was it 8 and 11? Because eventually he's gonna crack down on free speech, and then to where anything you say will come against the dumb. They got these systems and AI in place to where you're gonna be found out. You already have it in other countries to where if you speak against the government on the internet, sometimes they either they deduct it from your credit, your social credit score, or either the police will be at your door trying to detain you to get you up out of there. These are things that's happening now, but it's all part of prophecies, and these things are going to come over here to America, Babylon the Great. But this is Amos chapter 8, verse 11 says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh power, that I will send famine in the land, not the famine of bread, nor the thirst of water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh." And that's the times that we coming into, that the Lord is going to, shut up the whole ministry, man. He's going to put his prophets up, all right? And there's ain't going to be no more warning, ain't going to be no more telling these people what's about to happen, because it's happening, all right? The prophets is not going to be out there in the highways and byways preaching in the midst of trouble, in the midst of Esau coming down with great wrath, in the midst of Esau locking people into prisons. No, all right? Verse 12, it says, "And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even into the east, and they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it." And that's what a lot of our people going to be doing in that day, because something is going to prick their mind to where, I heard about this chip, or I heard about the concentration camps, or I heard about those men talking about chaos in the city and the dollar falling. And that's where they're going to try to seek and find those men. But guess what? You had your time. It was too late, So this was Revelation chapter 13, verse 13. Matter of fact, no, it's like 13. Yep, verse 13 and 11 says, "Behold, another beast coming up out of earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." And I wanted to get that real quick, because those draconian measures are coming again, man. All right. Let me see. Word. Let's see if I can find it. I believe they took the Strong's G definition out of here for this word, because it used to be in here, but it goes into draconian measures, and that's the thing that these are the times that we are. So Esau, Edom is prepared to come down with great wrath, man. Let me play this clip again.
As my predecessor said, I condemn anti-Semitism on the right and on the left. I'm an equal. But we can deport them. We can put them in jail. We can make their lives. This is the power to rein in anti-Semitism in a much more effective way. And people say, well, the governments are not in the business of changing the way people think. That's true, but to my thinking, most people who are anti-Semites, most of these people running around, we're not going to win their hearts and minds, because they don't have hearts and they don't have minds. So how are we gonna? There's no reason to think we're ever going to convince them. But we can deport them. We can put them in jail. We can make their lives miserable. We can cut off their funding, and that's what the Trump administration is doing for the first time.
Miserable. You guys, all right, that's in the scriptures too. Revelations chapter 13. I'm gonna keep going. It says, "And he exercised all power of the first beast before him, and he causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he do great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on earth, that they should not make an image to the beast which had won by a sword and did live. All right. And it said he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast both speak and cause of all his men who would not worship the beast should be killed. And I want to get that word kill. That's why I wanted to read that, because when you go into it, it means to be let me see, let's grab it. The root word, let me see. It says of separation. It says of local separation after verbs of motion from a place, i.e. departing or fleeing. It says a separation apart from the whole. Let me see. A place from anything comes before us. But yes, a separation. So you're going to be separated from society. And I believe when you go into the actual word, where that says killed, should be killed. It says to be killed in any way, whatever, to destroy, to allow to perish, to afflict mortal death, to deprive of spiritual or procure eternity misery in hell. Let me see. But yeah, it could be physical or physically kill you, or to separate you from society, and that's the way it's going to be if you don't conform to the NWO's agenda. Just want to play that clip of this devil, speaking, man. Hey, coming out with it, man. Just letting you know. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Again, double honors to the Apostle and Nettles, the great millstone, who do well. Peace and blessings to the house of David elect. Shalom.